Hello, I'm Tom from the Events and Weddings team, and in this section of the virtual wedding preview day, I'm going to talk to you about your sit-down meal and evening reception at Hylands Estate. So we're here now on the back terrace of Hylands House. This is where you would be having your drinks reception and canapes in between your ceremony and your sit-down meal. Now, we all know that catering is a very important part of your wedding, and at Hylands we have a list of caterers who have worked extensively at the venue and always provide a very high level of service. Alternatively, if you wanted to bring in a different caterer that wasn't on that list, what we do is just to check that they have a 4 or 5 star food hygiene rating through the Food Standards Agency and a minimum of 5 million public liability insurance. Our team are on hand throughout the process, all the way from booking up until your wedding day, and they can help you with selecting your caterer and checking those documents for you. So if you just now follow me this way, we're going to take the path that your guests would go from the drinks reception into the sit-down meal in the Grand Pavilion. We're here now at the entrance of the Grand Pavilion, and we'd just like to point out to you that we have ramp access here, which makes it fully accessible for wheelchairs and pushchairs, and also there's this lovely outside decking area with some seating and lighting into the evening for your guests to sit and relax and enjoy that evening. So we're just going to head inside now to the Grand Pavilion lobby. So we're here now in the lobby of the Grand Pavilion, where your guests would first enter before heading into the main space. Now, what people like to do here is to place an easel, which is provided by the venue, maybe for you to place a table plan for your guests to see as they go in to take their seats. And also it's quite popular to sometimes have something like a guest book table alongside somewhere to place your coats, and then maybe some entertainment in the evening like a magic mirror or something like that. So if you join me now, we're now going to step into the main space of the Grand Pavilion. So we're here now in the main space of the Grand Pavilion. We're showing you this space today as a blank canvas, so you can really use your imagination to see how you might like it set up for your wedding day. Now, the maximum capacity for the Grand Pavilion for your sit-down meal and evening reception is up to 300 people. Now, the Grand Pavilion is a semi-permanent structure with full heating and aircon facilities, uplighters around the room which go to different colours depending on the colour scheme of your wedding. The chandeliers are all dimmable. There is a permanent kitchen, bar, toilets, including disabled toilets, and baby changing facilities. Now, as I said, we are showing you this space as a blank canvas, but there are certain setups that are quite popular, and we're just going to show you one of them just now. Over on the glazed wall side of the Grand Pavilion, people like to put their top table. Sometimes they put that on a stage, which can be provided by a decor company, and maybe something like a backdrop, which would be good for your photographs. It's quite popular to have a dance floor in the centre of the room under the central chandelier, and then opposite the top table, people quite often like to have their DJ placed there as well. Now, you have the round tables on either side of the room for your guests to sit at. We provide you with 5-foot round tables and the Javari chairs, which sit up to 10 people per table. You would just need to get one of your companies, such as the caterers or the decor, to provide items such as the table linen, the crockery, the cutlery, and the glassware. Now, for your entrances, there's a couple of options. You could choose to enter through the central decking doors and dance straight onto the dance floor in the centre, or you could enter through the lobby doors that we walked through earlier on, and we would just make some space in between the tables for you to enter that way. Now, there is some more space around the room, and for items such as your cake table, which we do have a cake stand and knife if you would wish to use, and there are some other space for things like the evening food and dessert tables and so on. So this is the permanent bar facility we have in the Grand Pavilion. Now, you can provide drinks for your wedding day however you like, and there aren't anything such as corkage charges for that. All we have to do is make sure that the drinks are served by a professional company, such as your caterers or a professional bar company. But we give the bar to them like this. There are things there such as the fridges and an ice machine, and also the bar store at the back where your drinks can be stored and chilled for the preparation of the day. So we're now in the kitchen of the Grand Pavilion, which we provide for your caterers on the day. Now, there are appliances here for them already, such as the hot cupboards, the ovens, we've got a dishwasher and fridges and freezers as well. And also there is lots of prep space available for them to prepare your wedding meal. Now, all of the appliances in the Grand Pavilion kitchen are electric, and we do understand that sometimes caterers need to work with sources such as charcoal and gas. So what we've done is in the service yard at the back of the Grand Pavilion, we've got a purpose-built outside cooking area where they can bring in those appliances if they wish to cook with those sauces on the day as well. So that was just a very brief glimpse of how you might have the setup for your wedding meal and evening reception in the Grand Pavilion. But what we'd like to do is invite you in for a personal show round, so please do get in touch with the events and weddings team very soon to get that booked in. Now before you leave us with this video, I'd like to take you over to Hylands House and show you that there is an option if you had the smaller intimate weddings as well. So we're here now in the banqueting room of Hylands House, and as I said earlier, if you had more of an intimate wedding, you do have the option of using the Hylands House only. So how this would work is you would have the banqueting room for up to 80 people for your wedding meal, which you can fit a top table in here as well for that. Then for the evening reception, you can have up to 120 guests maximum, utilising different rooms on the ground floor. So your DJ would usually set up in the entrance hall, and this would become a natural dance floor. Off of the entrance hall is the terrace room, which would be really good for if you have any evening food and some seating for your guests to relax into the evening. Next door to the terrace room is the small dining room. Now this is quite often used for the entertainment, such as something like a photo booth, or you might have your cake table in here, and sometimes people like to put their guest book table in here as well. And then finally, for the bar in the evening, you can use the grand staircase area, and what you would just need to do is get your caterer or a bar company to bring in a pop-up bar for this, as we don't have any permanent bar facility in Hylands House. Now thank you so much for joining me on this video today to see how the sit-down meal and evening reception can work at Hylands Estate. As I said earlier, we would love to get you in for a personal viewing of the venue, so please do get in contact with the events and weddings team on the details that will follow, and we look forward to seeing you very soon.